Are you buying and selling at the same time and absolutely freaking out? What if, hear me out, are you also relocating to a new state as a part of that process? Hey, I'm Cassie Carey from the Carey Collective, and I am your Northern Virginia relocation specialist, Vienna VA expert, and your go to friend, partner for the life of homeownership. I wanted to jump on today to chat with you about what it's like to sell in one state, relocate to another, and buy all at once. And it takes a special agent to support you on this mission. And it's not easy. It's not easy for you. It's not easy to line up the timeline. So who you have on your side is super, super important. And I want to walk through that today because I'm helping multiple clients work through that exact same thing right now. And you might wonder, well, how did they find you, Cassie? Frankly, these clients found me on Instagram. Also, ChatGPT, they searched relocation expert in Northern Virginia, and we popped up at the Carey Collective because this is what we do best. So let's talk this out. Okay, Northern Virginia seems like a dream, or your work is relocating you to Northern Virginia, and you know it is a great investment to buy real estate in Northern Virginia, and you would be right. You are very, very smart. We're going to get along great. So buying in Northern Virginia, what does that timeline look like when you're moving in, we'll say the summer? Because it's super easy and you can change this timeline for anywhere during the year based on this. So a lot of my families, they move in the summer because their kids are finishing school where they are. That plays a key factor. And they want to be readjusted to or semi-adjusted to life here in Northern Virginia before they start school in August. So let's say you want about a month to transition here in Northern Virginia and to feel comfortable for your kids to get their feet underneath them. And so you're trying to be in your house by July. In my opinion, if you're trying to be in your house by July, you have the opportunity to close in May, June, or July. How in the world do I come up with this? Well, if you don't know, in order to get primary rates on your home, if you close in 1 month, you have 60 days to take occupancy. You have 60 days to move in to get your primary rates. Also, your mortgage. If you close in May, you don't have a mortgage in June, and your first mortgage is in July. So you're usually not double paying two mortgages or feeling too stretched. And what I absolutely suggest is talking to a local lender about this. Yes, in Northern Virginia, local lenders make a huge difference. Shout out to Aaron Myers at Intercoastal, the Burris team. We work with them really often because they are really communicative. They know how fast and speedy we work, and they know just how important the timeline is and how quick things happen in real estate. So just a quick shout out. Now, again, you could close in May. Your first mortgage wouldn't be due to July, and you would have to take occupancy in July, which gives you that month. So when in the world would you start the sale? Because you need the cash from your sale to get the buy. Well, the way I like to work through it with clients is when A is the best time for you to sell in your market there. B, does rent back exist? Is that something that happens where you're from? And what is rent back? Well, if you listed your home in April, which tends to be part of the highest spring market here in Northern Virginia, so that is where a lot of buyer activity is. And again, it's all rooted on that school move date. Why in the world does that matter? Because everybody's worried about not disrupting their kids as much as humanly possible. So if you list in April, which is the big spring market, at least here in Northern Virginia, if you have a 30-day close, or somewhere around there, you would close in May, get your cash, and then you would have May, June, July to shop. Right? Now, if you close in May, but your kids need to finish school, something you should ask your agent where you're from is rent back a thing here? Do people offer rent back? Because it's really common in Northern Virginia. Again, it lies upon that 60-day occupancy rule because families will ask for 59 days of rent back. In Northern Virginia, in a competitive market, it's usually free. Yes, it's usually free. Buyers will offer that to free for the sellers in order to have a more competitive offer. Excuse me. So they will offer that to their sellers. Hey, we'll do a 30-day close. You can stay in your home for 60 days. Does that sound crazy to you? It might, but it is what it is. Again, you don't normally have the mortgage. You skip a month and then you start your mortgage. And so it's really a win-win for both parties because the seller then knows, okay, we're going to be out of our house. We're going to be able to have that cash and move to where we're going next. And then the same thing could apply to you wherever you're living out of state, outside of Virginia. So talk to your agent in the state that you're in. If you need a recommendation of another agent, I am absolutely more than willing to help connect you with an awesome agent. I have a great network of agents all over the country. And so we can absolutely make sure to find you one that works just as hard as I do on this buy side, because it's really important when you're getting your house ready in the other state. It's super stressful, and I get it. You're having to live in your house when it should be ready. Hopefully your agent talks to you about staging and or fluffing to make it look in its best. You have professional photos, videos. People are going to start to come in and out of your house, and I get that that is extremely, extremely stressful. But if you are willing to do the work first, if you're willing to prepare in advance, this is something that will change your bottom line. And that's what we want. We want to get you the most money on your sales side so you are the best equipped here on the purchase in Northern Virginia. So you are going to set up your listing. Let's say March or April, right? March or April, whatever your agent in the other state advises you is the best time to get the most money in the shortest amount of time. Listen to them. They are the professional. So you're listing in April. Hopefully you're under contract in May. You're in rent back June and July, so you can keep your kids in summer camp where they are. You let them finish out the school year, say goodbye to friends, worry about that adjustment, enjoy the time there. And then it's time to work with me. So we will be communicating way in advance of this. Again, I've met clients in January who aren't going to close until July. And the reason I do this is so that I can take the stress off you, so I can help on this side. So maybe you can take a trip to Northern Virginia. We can drive around, see what life is like in different communities so that you can settle in to where your family is going to feel the most set up and find the most success in their transition, because it's not easy. I know it. My kids have moved many, many times. That's why I'm in this industry, because I understand the stress of that. So why not start early so we can have a little bit of fun with the process? We can start to see, okay, where does your money go in different areas? What does $2 million buy you in Vienna versus Arlington versus Ashburn or Leesburg? You have a wide range of options here in Northern Virginia, and it's really important that you see what it looks like in advance before you're freaking out about the timeline and you're like, oh my God, Cassie, we need a house. Our kids are going to start school. We're not going to be able to register them. Take a break. Take a breath. We got you. You have the cash in May, and now we start to look. Honestly, before that point, I'll connect you with any friend, mom, person that you want to talk to in the different areas that you're considering to make sure that it is the right move for you. You don't want to buy and sell at the same time and not have that ability to connect with other people in the local community, to not have the time to have those conversations, to come here maybe to build, to see what the drive is like, to see what your lifestyle would be like. Because living in Vienna and living in Reston, they really are two different worlds. And it may sound crazy, but Northern Virginia has so many good pockets and communities and neighborhoods, and it's all about finding the right fit for you. So when you're ready to start making the offer, you already feel maybe not zoned in just on one school district or one zip code, but you have an idea of where your money goes in these different communities and where you could see your family being happy and transitioning best, because it's just not super easy. So, all right, we've closed in May on your sale. Now it's time to shop in Northern Virginia, and you're not here. You don't live here. You're getting rent back. That's where I come in. We do virtual tours. We do awesome videos for our clients, so it feels like they're in the home even when they're not in it. We don't ever preview a home before creating these videos. And why is that? It's because I don't ever want you to be surprised. I never want you to come here and be like, this house sucks, Cassie. Why did we pick this? You didn't show me this. This wasn't a part of it. That is not how we roll at the Carey Collective. Our business is built on referrals. We actually run an 87% referral-based business right now. 87% of our leads and our clients come from referrals, and that means a lot to us. And the reason that is because we aren't here to sell you a home. We are here to support your transaction. And I will send you those videos. That's where it starts. You get the videos so you can understand, okay, what is the area like around it? Where are my kids going to go? What office is it that I'll work out of? Is there space for both of us to work from home? What is life like? We're going to go through that whole experience together. And then maybe you find your house in May. We put in an offer. The average closing right now in Northern Virginia is 14 to 21 days. So it can be a quick close. It can be a super quick close, which feels fast. I get it, but we're already prepared. So maybe we don't find the house in May, maybe we find the house in June and we close in July and everything lines up. But what you can see is with our experience at the Carey Collective, selling in one state, moving to Northern Virginia is what we're best in the world at. We can absolutely help you balance this out. We can absolutely help create the schedule, the timeline that is best for you. You just got to reach out. Send me a text, 513-284-5396. Send me an email, Cassie@thecareycollective.com. Or just send me a message, whatever you need, but don't wait until it's time to list and buy all together. Give yourself as much time as possible so that you can enjoy this experience and we can help you find your next home here in Northern Virginia.